Welcome back to another video, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are going to be doing the good old-fashioned Assassination Rogue guide. Now, I did do a Assassination Rogue guide technically already, but this one's going to be about a different build, the non-Kingsbane, pretty much what everyone's been playing. Um, I guess the Kingsbane build isn't really that popular, and it's actually not the best in slot that you could be playing. So, I'm also going to do this build so you guys can see what's going on. Now the gear is going to be down below because obviously you can tell that I'm in full assassination or full sub rogue gear without forset. Um, you definitely want forset if I'm not mistaken, and I will have a pretty much a description of all the gear that you might want to have. Obviously, I'm playing sub rogue. I haven't really done anything. As you can see, I just haven't played the game. So, yeah, I've done about carries and then I log off this account. But regardless, I'm still going to be doing this video because I know some of you guys wanted it. Um, so the gear wise, it'll be down below. The enchants, I know you're going to be running Authority of the Depths. Um, those seem to be the best option. You're running Forset, which is going to be your shoulders, your head, your chest, and your pants. And then for your spells, your two spells is going to be 92,000 damage to your target. The magic school chosen is based upon your selection, all that good stuff. Again, the gear will be down in the description. Go check it out. I'm pretty much going to get two of the best people that I think have the better gear, and I will have it there. So, just a heads up, you're going to be running the haste trinket instead of the badge. That's just a heads up, and you're also going to be running forset. But we're going to get to this real quick. First off, we'll start off with the add-ons like we normally do, but I'm gonna try to get this over pretty quick, cause yeah, I'm just trying to get that. It's literally 9:20 a.m. So I was like, okay, I might as well make the video real quick. Ability team tracker. Obviously, it's gonna tell your friendlies cooldowns, and it's really helpful. I've known a lot of people, for example, Crusader, he doesn't run any type of ability team tracker, and what ends up happening is unless he sees somebody use something, he actually doesn't know, and that's a really down advantage for him. But apparently he just doesn't want to get these add-ons, so it's whatever. Big debuffs, it's gonna show on their player, so it's gonna be bigger. So on their nameplate, instead of having to like wonder what cooldown they've used, like when they use wall, it's gonna go on their face and show the cooldown. So if they're using wings, they're using wall, they're using any type of enhancement like shadow dance, you're gonna be able to see that up above. So big debuffs is also a really want. Damage meter, again, damage meter is always just a must. Not only just to have it, but if you're facing another rogue or another class that's doing more healing than you, sometimes there's new builds that you might not even know about. Um, that's how I find out some builds are newer because Tuesday comes along, I didn't know they nerfed something or they buffed something else, and I'll see somebody else doing way more damage with a different build, and that's kind of how you can use this to your advantage. The next one is going to be nameplate cooldown, so above their head it's going to show their cooldowns. Now I run Omnibar and I run nameplate cooldowns and I run S Arena. So I run all those just so I just literally cannot miss their cooldowns being used. Omnibar, basically, I use Omnibar mainly for the usage of when I'm healing, so I can see their kicks, because sometimes when they're stacked up, you may not know who has a kick, or you might just not have the time to go and look over. You kind of you're pressed on healing, or something like that, and, Omnibar is nice to have. Omni CD, again, shows the cooldowns of your team. Ability Team Tracker and Omni CD are kind of just the same thing, but one gives more options. So, honestly, I would just have them both, but you can decide which one's better. And then we have Arena, S Arena updated by Sammers. I will show you that real quick. So you go to your arena when you download, go to Exarium, and just copy this, paste this. You can kind of just put whatever you want it. So I'll go over it real quick. You can pause the video on each part and pretty much just copy paste. And that's pretty much that. So again, it's just going to show all this. Instead of not knowing where the teammates are or the enemies are, you'll have that. It's pretty useful. And then we have Trophy GCD. Basically, again, I use it for video purposes. But if you're recording your gameplay, it's really nice to have to see, what you're pushing at the time. and that's pretty much all there is to it. Now, I am running the Bone Spike build. I am pretty sure they're now passive. Um, at least I think they are. I love how they're making everything passive, but I went in the book and I actually don't see them. So I assume they're obviously passive, but so you don't really have to worry about clicking them, which is a good thing and a bad thing because it's taking more out of the game for you. It's kind of just making it a useless, spell book. But yeah, whatever. I guess it doesn't matter too much. So pretty much all you're going to be doing for your rotation, pretty simple. Now, usually, more than likely, you're always going to sap the healer, and if you're not sapping the healer, it means you're triple growing. Now, an example of why you'd ever triple grow is only one example. Affliction Warlock. If you're playing with an Affy Warlock or maybe a Shadow Priest, and you plan on going the healer some, or you plan on just, hitting everything, that's the time where you're going to open with no sap and you're going to grow, grow, grow. The closer they are together, when this is lighted up like this, it means it's going to hit more than one person. So if they're all three stacked and I click it, it's going to hit all of them. Same thing with Rupture. It's going to hit all three of them. So that's all that means. It pretty much just is like an enhanced version of it that's going to allow you to basically, bleed multiple things at once. It's really good if people are stacking. But usually, you're going to open up with Groats. You're going to get Ruptures out. After that, you can immediately stun, or you can Groat and Cheap Shot immediately. It really just depends on it depends on what comp you're playing, but usually what I'll do is I'll open, I'll Groat everybody, get my combo points for Rupture. Off that, I can Cheap Shot. Off that, I can use basically my Crimson Tempest just to put it up there. This is basically your opener. So, uh, past that, you're just going to be shivving. Every stun that you do, you want to shiv every stun. Now, on your burst, it's again the same thing. You're just going to open, Groat, Rupture. I would try to get Tempest on two or more people. It's not worth waiting for one person. But if you can get it on two people, do it. So basically, open with Groats, get Ruptures up, then you stun. Now, usually you want a kidney shot when you stun, but a lot of times you just don't have the time, so you're immediately going to be Groating, cheap shotting, and rupturing. Off that, you're kind of just popping off. So, usually I've seen a lot of people, they don't actually use their burst in the opener. What they'll do is they'll open like a normal. Their teammate will use their, abilities, and then the second go, when they don't have Trinket, you can basically just kidney, bomb, and burst. So, usually your opener, again, just Garrote, Rupture, cheap shot. Off that, you can kind of just do your burst rotation and just do mutilates and venoms. Past that, you can get a Tempest up there, and then off that, just bleed the other target. So as you can see, they're stacked up, so we're automatically bleeding them. But past that, you're kind of just keeping your bleeds up on every target, and you're looking for your blind setup. So this guy's going to be coming off DR, so the moment it's off DR, we're going to kidney, bomb, shiv, death mark, and we're just popping off with Disloyalty. So again, we have our bleeds up. If they're stacked up, great, go for it. Use your blades to get full combo points. At this point, you have all your threes. Now, usually a good thing to do as well is to use your Vanish, and you basically use your Vanish on your burst. So, if you want that extra Garrote dam, so Vanish, Garrote, Kidney, Bomb, Death Marks, Disloyalty, Shiv. At this point, you're just Mutilate and a Venoming. You can even Garrote off that, and again, Mutilate, or Venom, Mutilate, a Venom, and that's just it. And that's pretty much just your burst rotation. Again, Assassination has never been a hard thing to counter, especially play. So, again, keep your bleeds up, and that's really all there is to it. Keep your Rupture up. Try to get, at least a 5 combo point Rupture up at all times, and then past that, you can kind of just Rupture off CD. But usually, all you're going to be doing is, every time you vanish defensively, you're opening offensively. So, using the opener, you're going to open up with Groats, you're going to get a Rupture up there, you're going to immediately cheap shot. Past that, you can Tempest if they're stacking, otherwise you can just go for big Venoms and just Garroting everything off that. Or you could basically that's all you're doing. There's no really blazing. That is what you're doing. You're literally opening, you're Garroting everything, Rupture, cheap shot. Past that, you can just go for Tempest, because this is just your bleed damage. So, this is basically just going to be doing consistent pressure. So, when you open on the 2 DPSs that you're going on, again, if you're playing with an Affliction Warlock, or something that triple bleeds, you're gonna grow everything. So triple grow, put ruptures up on the two main targets, and then immediately stun. You wanna be stunned by the time your grow comes off of silence. You wanna stun. So if I'm gonna triple grow, I'm grow. After this is done, I wanna rupture, and then I wanna have that cheap shot done by then. After that, you can use your tempest, shiv, and then you're just doing mutilates into envenoms. And again, it's a very easy rotation. You're kind of just keeping your burst up. If you have kidney shot and you see that it's off DR for the healer, you can use your kidney shot on the healer in the opener, or you can save it. I've seen a lot of rogues, they do kidney shot the healer and then they'll just use a vanish to cheap shot the off targets when they do their actual go. So, when they're keeping up their bleeds and they're getting ready to go. Obviously, I don't have a kidney, so all they would just do is, get their bleeds up, get combo points ready, and then past that, they can just literally vanish, grow, cheap shot, shiv, and then you're just thistle T popping off. So mutilate, regrow, a venom, and then now we're just gonna put tempest up again. I usually like the blades when when there's two or more people, because you're getting a lot more combo points than you would just mutilating. But it's whatever you want to do. But that is pretty much it. Off that, you're just kidneying. Your main goal is to get grow and a full rupture up. Off that, get a Crimson Tempest if there's two or more. Sometimes it can be worth just to get on one target, but usually it's just worth like if the combo, basically if the stun comes off DR before you have Tempest and you can't get two or more people, just go for this. So just get your two bleeds up. Off that, you can just kidney. So kidney, bomb, shiv, death mark, thistle T, and you can vanish cheap shot. Off that you can grow. Off that you can venom and just mutilate and groat again, because spamming groats 3 times is not bad. So if you're opening, anytime you have a groat spam, do it, because it is worth it. You'll see over time the damage is pretty insane. Your top damage should be groat in the long run. That's really how strong it is. A venom's not going to be your top damage. It's going to be rupture and it's going to be your groats. It should never be rupture unless they die in the opener. It'll never be rupture. So prioritize your bleeds over a venom NAD of the week, and especially your improved groats. So when you're in stealth like this, you want to take advantage of this. You can do this 3 times in a row. So groat, get my bleeds up, groat again, and then cheap shot. And then as you can see, we have full tempest, shiv, and we're just popping off with damage. And you can do that on 3 times per target. Now, if they're stacked, obviously you can do it you can basically do it 3 times for each of them. But that's what you want to do. You want to open, get your rotation going, but you still want to grow 3 times in a row every time you do it, because it will annoy like anybody. When I'm playing a healer and they triple grow me into a stun, it is the most annoying thing in life. Because then I gotta wait 5 seconds just to heal anybody, and then off that I'm just sitting CC. So as you can see, grow, put a rupture up, grow again, kidney shot, shiv. After that, you can just tempest, and that's pretty much it. As you can see, it's gonna get very annoying. And you have to imagine, if you're a nut elf, you have shadow melts. You can shadow melt, do it again off DR, and then you have 2 vanishes off that. Again, anytime you are in a vanish, or you have the opportunity to get these improved growths out, and it's not completely DR'd, you should be growing everybody. Every target 3 times, as many times as possible. I'm telling you, it will literally make people throw their PC. Assassination rogues are the most annoying spec I have ever faced, just like Affliction Warlocks. That's the power they have. So, you triple garroting a healer is one of the best things in life for Assassination Rogue, because off that triple garrote, as you can see, while I'm doing my garrotes, if I garrote again off my garrote, and then I garrote again off that, and then I kidney shot, as you can see, that's well over 10 seconds of CC, and while I'm doing damage and improved garrote damage. Off that, you can death mark on top of that, so garrote, stun, death mark, shiv, tempest, thistle T. Off that, you also have kick. Off that, you don't know what you're playing with. If you're playing with the warlock, then he has triple fears. It's just, there's a lot of things that come together that it just makes it really good. So hopefully this gave you a good understanding of what's going on. Again, every time you defensively vanish, you're going to offensively grow. That's how you're usually supposed to do it. So every time you vanish, you're going to be coming back out with triple garrote. So garrote everybody, and then especially the healer or casters. Like triple garroting healers is like a top 5 priority just because it gives you so much of an opportunity to just garrote. It's basically 6 seconds worth of CC that they can't do anything while you're doing damage to them on top of your cheap shot or kidney off that. On top of maybe a blind if you don't plan on like using your death mark into them. It's just there's a lot of things that you can do. But that's pretty much the video. Just a quick little guide. This is the main build that it seems everyone's playing. So I would not suggest playing the King's Bane. I will put this up. I don't know in the title if I'm gonna put. Maybe I'll put the actual build. You know, in the title instead of not putting it. But we'll see. But hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Let me know what you guys want to see next, and I will see you guys in the next one. Make sure to check out my Patreon for early access and the support channel. Otherwise, subscribe, comment, and like for more content from the X. Peace, peace.